Hi everyone, it's Stephanie from Keeper of the Home. Today I'm so excited to introduce to you my dear friend, Timm. You are going to love her as much as I love her, and together she and I are going to talk to you about some really exciting things here at Keeper of the Home. In fact, what we want to talk to you about is, we're calling it the passing of the baton from myself to Anne. And you know, we're both keepers of the home, and we both love the site and the readers of the site, and so we're going to have a bit of a conversation today, Anne. We're going to talk about the future, where everything is going. We're going to go back to the past a little bit, and we're going to talk about some memories at Keeper of the Home, and mostly I really want the readers to get to know who you are. So I have lots of juicy questions to ask you.
Great, I can't wait.
I know, we're going to sip on our coffees, and I think we're going to have a really fun conversation. So you want to start by
I'll start with asking
me
you
a few
some
things?
questions.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's
definitely.
do it.
So, Stephanie, share some of your favorite Keeper of the Home memories.
Oh, there's so many things that come back to me. I think some of my favorites have been the challenges where I got the community involved. There were a lot in the earlier years where I remember there was a meal planning challenge. That was actually where my book, Planet Don't Panic, came out of, because we did this meal planning challenge. It was every Monday. Everybody had to post their meal plans, and I had to post mine, and that was really fun. I loved doing that. And one of the favorite things that I did on the blog was something called Real Food Makeovers. And so I took all these applications from women who wanted me to give their family a makeover.
Right.
And so then they would answer all these questions, and I would assess them, and then I would give them back these suggestions for, well, you could try this with your kids, or maybe your husband would like these kinds of healthy foods, and maybe this would be
great responses with that.
It was really, really fun, and it was just neat to be able to do that for somebody, to be able, like, for them to get that personal touch, I guess.
Absolutely.
I love doing that.
Absolutely.
One of my favorite memories is doing a Thanksgiving real food, like progressive dinner. So progressive dinner on a blog means, you know, like a progressive dinner in real life is where you hop from house to house, right?
Exactly.
So on a blog, we did like a blog hop, and it was with some of my favorite bloggers, and it was really neat because they actually all ultimately became real life friends, which has been one of the really neat parts of blogging.
Well, tell me about starting a blog.
Memory. Well, okay, so I started the blog a little over 8 years ago, and we were coming out of a really difficult season. Some of the readers from really early on might remember that my husband had cancer, and it had been just a really difficult time for our family. And coming out of that, I had a toddler and a baby at home, and I felt like I'd been learning so much about health the previous years before that, and I thought, I want to share this with somebody else. And you know, blogging wasn't really much of a thing. I mean, there were blogs. We're talking 2007, so there were blogs, but there weren't very many. They were not very fancy like they are today.
No.
But it was just a nap time sort of thing. You know, I figured it out, how to make a blog. It was really amateur looking. Like, I think back now and I'm a little bit embarrassed, but at the time, it was all I knew how to do. And I would just sit down every nap time, or maybe in the mornings before the kids got up, and I would just write something. I would share some thoughts for the day, or I would share a recipe or tips for green cleaning, and it really sparked something in me. I just realized how much I loved the things that I had been learning. I felt like a little bit of the weird person, you know, like I was the odd one out who was into all these healthy things, and I did all my research, and you know, I was cloth diapering, and I was not buying the regular kind of things that other people bought. And so I often felt a little bit strange.
Yes.
And then when I began blogging and readers began reaching back out to me, I thought, I am not alone. I have this amazing community of other like-minded women, and I get to write for them. I get to connect with them. I get to have conversations. I share things with them. They share things with me. Like, this is a really, really cool thing. It inspired me and it motivated me to really make good changes in our home. And then because I wanted to help other people through the blog, it inspired me to get even better at them and figure out new recipes to share, new techniques to make it faster, to make it more practical for other women. And I just felt like it kind of kept spurring me along. It was this really great cycle of, you know, making me better at what I did so that I could help other people more, and it kind of just kept going.
It was like it's like a cycle. So you were helping and encouraging them, and at the same time being encouraged yourself.
So much.
Yeah. I love it. So what do you love most about Keeper of the Home?
The relationships that I've formed with those team members has been really one of the most special things, because I just love the other women that write for the site. I love the women that help me to run it, to connect on social media. I love the weekend links that are put together and the beautiful quote photos that go in, and all the the posts from the different writers. They do such a fantastic job. And I think what I like best about it is I'm just one woman with one perspective, but they bring in all these other perspectives and experience and expertise and knowledge that I don't have. I can't have all of those things. So for them to bring that in, it just makes it a richer place to be. Yeah.
There are some really great women, and it's been a lot of fun getting to know them. So it's exciting.
There are. And, one thing about being like a mom and a homemaker today is that a lot of us feel pretty isolated.
We do.
That is not an uncommon thing. And I think that's why blogs have really blossomed, because in this age of feeling more isolated at home, when we know that there's a blog that we can go read regularly and we can get to know that blogger and know their life.
Identify with them.
Yeah, we feel not so alone. And then we can join in the comments on the Facebook page. And, blogging was that for me. It was that thing of, I'm home, I'm focused on my family, and this is what I want to do, and it's where I want to be.
Where would you like to see Keeper of the Home go?
Where I really want to see Koth going is I want the Koth readers to have even more connection with the Koth writers, because you know what? I know all of these women, and they're just real women like us, right. and they're amazing. And I think the more that people can have that really genuine connection, readers, they want to know that they're listening, they're listening to and reading, learning from somebody who is a real person. And that's why we've always tried to do things, like the day in the life. I love your day in the life. Those are really, really fun.
Those are a lot of fun.
And sometimes they're humbling. Like, I've had writers come to me some years and say, I'm not sure if I should share my day in the life because we ate this thing and it wasn't a very good day. And I'm like, then you absolutely have to share your day. Because, if we're not real, what's the point? What's the point?
So what will you do next?
Life is really busy right now. My oldest just turned 11 last week, and my youngest is 5 months old. So we have a really busy household going on with homeschooling. So I'm going to be pouring a lot of time into my house, into my kids, for sure. And a lot of the readers also know that we do bundles, the ultimate bundles, we've done the healthy living bundles, the homemaking bundles. A lot of them have probably bought bundles over the years or heard us talking about them. So that's something that we're going to continue as a family business, my husband Ryan and I and the rest of our team there.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, we love the bundles because we feel like it's something that we can provide so much value to people who, they want the resources that are there, but I know what it's like to be on a tight budget as a mom and a homemaker. We've had a tight budget for so many years. So to be able to get the resources that are going to help them do a really great job, that's just so exciting for me that we can provide that for them. So that's definitely one of the things. And some people know that we've done a lot of traveling. We're going to keep traveling.
Yes.
For sure. We have loved the travels that we've done. And we don't have any really planned for this year because we had our 5th baby, and I could use a little bit of time at home. Yeah, we're trying to settle a little bit. We need roots and wings at the same time. Mm-hmm. So our family's working on that right now. Well, and a lot of the readers know me and, my family pretty well, but they don't know you. And I really want them to get to know you because I've loved getting to know you so much over the last, I don't even know how long it's been, year and a bit maybe.
Yeah, I think so now.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about your family, tell us about your life, just tell us a little bit about who you are.
Great, okay. Well, first of all, Stephanie, I am one of your keepers.
Yeah.
So I'm keeping my home. I'm on this journey with all these other moms, trying to find healthy living and make it a part of our home and our family. Mm-hmm. So before that, I am on my faith journey, and I'm trying to walk hand in hand with Jesus, although very often I'm wanting him to pick me up and carry me along this path.
I think we all are.
Yes, I think so. I'm also a wife of an amazing man, my best friend, my husband. I'm very blessed to have him. We married 4 years ago and blended a family. We have now 6 kids, 3 boys, 3 girls. 5 of them are teenagers, and the next one is not far behind. So
you have a crazy, wonderful household.
It's a crazy, wonderful household and lots of fun.
And I know when you and I get together, we have so much fun talking because we have so many things in common.
Lots of common.
Yeah, and one of those is definitely our love of healthy living and just our desire to really steward our health and our family's health as carefully as we can. But we all started somewhere. I'm sure you have a healthy living story. Why don't you tell us how it began for you?
Okay. 17 years ago now. It started when I was pregnant with my first child, and I had really good friends who were chiropractors on the healthy living path, and they introduced me to their midwife. So through that, I ended up having 3 home births with this midwife. She was an amazing woman. I love thinking about her and talking about her.
Midwives are the best.
Yes, they are. So that spurred me on to the healthy living, getting to know her and her family. My first son was born with some challenges, some health issues, and it was a struggle to learn how to help him get the nutrition that he needed. So that was the start of the healthy living journey.
You know what? I think that's really common with a lot of us. I think we begin either our first pregnancy or first baby, and we run into challenges, and suddenly we're forced to learn more. Like we have to dig into it and find out more. So that's interesting that your story started that way.
It started that way, and then it continued. Even years down the road, when I married my husband 4 years ago, my 3 children were raised on a whole food diet, and his children were not. So merging the 2 families into a healthy diet was
tricky.
A struggle. It was very tricky. So I have lots of stories I can share.
Oh, you're going to be so encouraging for so many moms.
It took a lot of patience.
You know, a lot of people are working on. Even I had to, as an adult, learn to go from being really picky to, widening what I was willing to eat, and a lot of parents are having to do that so they can set a great example, and a lot of parents are having to help their kids do that, and you've definitely had to do that in your home.
I have, for sure.
Yeah. And you are a wife and you're a mom of 6 kids. You are busy, you're in your home all the time, being actively a keeper of the home.
Yes.
So what do you love about that role in your life?
I love taking care of my family.
Yeah.
Doing the very best and giving them the very best of what I can. So keeping the home may mean keeping up after them. It may mean giving them a healthy meal when they get home. It's teaching them how to be healthy themselves, especially as they're getting older. They're getting ready to move on.
A lot of training for life.
That's
down
right.
the road.
It's life training. So I want to give them a good foundation, and also teach them how to be healthy when they're out on their own. And mom can't be there telling them what to eat and fixing their dinners. So
it's such an important role. Isn't
it's
it?
a challenge, but it's the best role.
It is. So, Anne, you've already been writing a little bit at Keeper of the Home, but you're going to be writing a lot more. What kind of topics do you plan on writing about?
Well, I want to be encouraging to the young moms that are out there. I want them to know that I've made it to the other side, and you're not ruining your baby like your wonderful post was the other day. I want to be an encouragement. There's lots of decisions out there that you're making, and there's not a right or wrong. There's what's best for you, what's best for your family, and I want to be an encouragement to help moms know that they're doing okay, and they're going to make it, and their kids are going to be wonderful. So
you know what I love about that is when I started the blog, I mean, I just had a toddler and a baby. I was really right there in the trenches with all of these young moms, and in a lot of ways I still am. I mean, my oldest is only 11, and I have all the way down to a baby, but you've got some older kids.
I have some older kids.
You've got some who are nearing the end of their high school. They're getting ready to to even leave. Oh, so sad. Let's not talk about that.
No, I don't want to talk about that.
But you've come out more the other side. Like, you can look back on those years, and I think you have such a wealth of just wisdom and experience to draw from as you encourage young moms.
Well, I can tell you that comes from making a lot of mistakes.
Right.
And I would love to share those mistakes and what I learned from that and the encouragement.
But that's so valuable, because I wish that I had more of that when I was a young mom. I wish more experienced moms had been really vulnerable with me, sharing about the mistakes that they'd made, and just telling me, like, you're gonna make it, you're gonna be okay. Yeah. So I think that you have a lot to offer young moms in that, and healthy living as well is something that you're really passionate about.
Definitely.
I know you and I talk about it all the time, but you're definitely into all this crunchy stuff. I mean, you're a crunchy mama like the rest of us.
Yeah, I definitely have a crunchy side.
Yes.
So another thing that I want to be able to talk about is teenagers.
Oh, yeah.
So there are lots of issues that we deal with having teenagers in our home. And when I look around on blogs, there aren't very many moms blogging about the big issues in teenagers' lives. It's hard stuff.
Yeah.
And now that I have teenagers, I know why they're not blogging. But I think we really need to be raw with each other and share from the heart and share our struggles. Because otherwise, just like when you're a young mom, you get to be a mom of teenagers and you feel very lonely.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's scary as you get towards that. I mean, I've got a preteen in the house now. I don't even know when that happened, but I'm going to be reading your posts on teenagers because, you know, one thing I've loved is getting to know you and Mark and your family and getting to just see the way that you're parenting your teens, and they're great kids. You've got so much to share. So I know that that's going to be a real big encouragement to the younger moms.
Well,
like
with 6 of them, there's going to be a lot to share.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
So Anne, I know that you have so much excitement and passion and just vision for where Keeper of the Home is going, but maybe you could share a little bit, you know, with the keepers and with all of our readers about what that's going to look like.
Well, sure. First of all, Stephanie, I want you to know that the heart of Keeper of the Home, the core, is going to stay the same. So the changes that viewers will notice will be physical, purely what the site looks like.
Okay.
It will be updates, making the site mobile friendly, optimizing it for speed, etc.
Those are all good things that need to happen to any website over a length of time.
Absolutely.
So that's great. I'm so glad you're going to be making those changes. But what I hear you saying is that, you know, really the heart and the soul of what Keeper of the Home is about this, you know, natural lifestyle and really encouraging and uplifting women.
Absolutely.
That's staying the same.
That's staying the same.
I'm so glad. You know, this has been really fun. I've been looking forward to this conversation for a long time because, you know, you and I behind the scenes, we've been working towards this and you've been writing more and readers are starting to get to know you. But now I feel so good about it because now they know a lot more about you and they know about your heart and just, you know, the future of Keeper of the Home. And what makes me so happy about it is that I feel like I just love the legacy that you're carrying on, and I feel like the future is so bright for the readers here at Keeper of the Home. And, you know, I was going to say goodbye to everybody, but I don't really feel like I have to because I'm not going anywhere.
I'm glad you said that because you're not going anywhere.
No.
We're going to walk this journey together, and we're going to walk this journey with our keepers at Keeper of the Home.
Yes, we are.
Yay.
All right.